Hey guys, JNasty here. What is up guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to get a chem strike, and I'm going to go a little bit in depth for you guys and explain some really good class setups for you guys for this chem strike. If you haven't got one, if you're new to Call of Duty or you're new to my channel, I'll just give you guys some tips and I'll show you guys some actual gameplay explaining my strategy for getting a chem strike. So first off, what kind of gun do you want to use for when going for chem strikes? In my personal opinion, the best gun to go for a chem strike is the Honey Badger. And the Honey Badger is probably the best gun for public matches. Extended mags, grip, always done wonders. Now here's the big thing. There's 3 perks that are needed, I would say, in Call of Duty Ghosts when you're playing public matches. You need Dead Silence, you need Toughness, and you need Ready Up. Now what does this leave me for perk setup? Well, I like to do off the grid. Off the grid, what I've noticed is it's just perfect. It really is just perfect for when I play pubs, because I like to play ground war here and there, and there's a lot of satcoms being called in. I hate when my position gets kind of, I don't know, given away when they know where I'm at from the satcom. So I always like to use off the grid. Now for my third perk choice, you always want to run Stalker guys on all your assault rifles. Now, if this was an SMG class, you could probably just go with Quick Draw. I like Quick Draw my SMGs, to be honest. You could mix it up with some other stuff like Takedown and Sleight of Hand. This perk is kind of underrated. This is a really good perk when you go in the spawns, but it's not really that useful in my opinion. So this is what your basic perk setup should be when you're running Assault, in my opinion. Even when you're playing, even when you're using Assault, I would just do this as your basic class for all your classes, like every time. Now for your specialist bonus, what I like to do is I first like to unlock Scavenger, obviously, and then I like to unlock Sleight of Hand first and then Scavenger. And then for my third perk, if you have a headset, I suggest Amplify. If you don't have a headset, you know what, just go with the Hardline. I like Hardline. It's good for you to get those assist points and assist as kills. You could do either Hardline. It's really personal preference for the third perk. You could do Flat Jacket, Amplify, Hardline, Ping, or Blind Eye. So, like I said though, I play a lot of ground war, and what is there a ton of in ground war? Oracles. You gotta have that Blind Eye. There's a ton of IEDs in this game. You gotta have the Flat Jacket. ICU is another semi-good perk in my opinion. I personally like it. Now, here's what you can also do. You can do, I like doing Amplify and then Ping. I think Ping is a really good perk, especially on medium-sized maps, small maps. Ping is amazing. Now, if you don't want to go this route, if you don't want to use Ping, if you don't want to use Amplify, what I suggest going is Quick Draw and the Takedown, yeah. But I personally like this. I like this. I feel like you don't really need Quick Draw on assault rifles. A lot of the time, you're going to be pre-aiming everything, and a lot of times, Ghost isn't really that fast-paced. So I like this. I like Ping, and then I can do Amplify. And I find that to be a really good combo. So it's up to personal preference. If you have a headset, if you don't have a headset, I would just go to Quick Draw to Takedown. But if you like this, small maps, you want to run Ping for sure. So I suggest this on small and medium maps, even some large maps. If you want to go a different route for larger maps, do Quick Draw, Takedown, and that's going to be it. So let's get into the gameplay, guys, and let me give you guys some tips on how to get your first chem strike. So now we got some actual gameplay for you guys today. I'm actually running Assault, so this makes it a little bit more difficult. Specialist is the way to go, and a suppressor on your gun always. Luckily enough for me, I got an Assault chem strike with no suppressor. I'm using the AK-40. What gun is this? The AK-12 with grip and extended mags. You really need the grip on this gun, in my opinion, because the recoil is really weird, and the rate of fire isn't that fast. So this gun can be inconsistent at times. But let's get into it. So the first tip that I want to give you guys is playing within your team. Now, if your team is camping in the back of the map and you're the only one moving, getting a chem strike is going to be actually very difficult. When you are the only one that's moving, it puts a lot of pressure on you, where the enemies know you're going to be up front, you're going to be the closest to the enemies, they're going to be coming for revenge kills, and usually they come in like 2 to 3 guys. So my biggest advice for you guys, if you're going to go for a chem strike and your team is playing really passive, just give it up. Don't go for one, because it's going to be really difficult. Also, playing with the team, like when you have other players that are rushing with you, that are going into the spawn, it just relieves so much of that pressure. Also, you can let your teammate go first, and you can see if they die or not, and if they do die, you can pick up that easy kill after they die. And I know that's a scumbag way to think of it, but that's what I like to do. I like to let my teammate go first, and I follow right behind them for the easy kill. On the B dom later in this gameplay, you'll see I let my teammate go first, he gets a kill, and then dies, and then I pick up the kill, and I survive. So stuff like that is really, really vital, and that is some big, big tips for getting a chem strike in Call of Duty Ghosts. Also, another thing that you kind of want to do is you want to learn the spawn system at a fairly good rate. Not a really good rate. You just want to learn the spawn system. On some maps, like I understand, like some maps like Siege or Stormfront, the spawns can be really, really weird. But one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty Ghosts is Whiteout. There's a pretty good spawn system. It's pretty predictable, and I feel like you can really predict the spawns, and that is a huge, huge factor in getting a chem strike. Right here, this is what I was talking about. I let my teammate go first. They're capping B. He dies. I pick up the kill. And now notice, as soon as I turn this corner, I'm already aiming. You always want to pre-aim around corners. That is a big thing as well. So the third and final thing that I would like to tell you guys how to get a chem strike is try to stay outside of the middle of the map, or try to stay outside of long lines of sight. What you want to do is try to stick to the smaller sides of the map where there couldn't be a sniper long range or an LMG that shoots rocket launchers at you. Just try to stick to the small lines of sight and try to just position your body a little bit better than the enemy. One thing I noticed is that in Call of Duty Ghosts, gun skill is not as important as positioning your body. In previous Call of Duties like Black Ops 2, you could kill like 3 guys with gun skill. In Call of Duty Ghosts, it's really, really hard if your body's out in the open because you die so quickly. So always try to position your body where you have the advantage and the other player does not. Make them run out in the open and you get those easy kills. And that is really the key to getting a chem strike. Playing within your team, try to stay off the radar with off the grid and a silencer on your weapon. Let your teammates go first. That's a big one. Always try to position your body really well. As you guys saw when I'm shooting that guy from a far distance, I'm positioning my body really, really well against that rock. And I try not to stay in the open very much. Also, another little tip, guys, is try to stick to the outside of the maps or outside of the spawn system. Like right here at the C flag, what I like to do is I like to get kind of close to the spawn where they spawn at C. They spawn behind that in that little cave and then off to that building to the right. So I kind of like to stay around this area and make it close quarters gunfights. Because in close quarter gunfights, that eliminates, most of the time it eliminates your chance of getting sniped, and it's just a little bit easier to aim and kill people. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. I'll have Road to Commander Series Episode 3 tomorrow, and the Random Class Generated Moab as well tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, and right there I get the Assault Chem Strike, and I'm only 39-2 with Assault, which isn't that great in my opinion. It's kind of like Modern Warfare 3 all over again. I think in Modern Warfare 3 I got like 28 kills with Assault, and I got a Moab, so that's kind of I don't know which one's worse, Ghosts or Modern Warfare 3. But I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.